I don't do very many tag videos, but Loving Doubt tagged me for 4 truths and a lie, and of course I was powerless to resist her charms. Plus I think I can make this tag at least slightly interesting. These stories are all unusual things that happened on actual trips that I've been on. One thing I'm not going to do, though, that a lot of people did, is tell a story that's 95% true and make that the lie. Lame. The background events and locations are all true, but the actual event that the story is about will be made up from whole cloth, as they say. In chronological order, here they are. In the year 2000, my wife and I were married and had our honeymoon on the big island of Hawaii. A couple days after we were married, we were at a bar near the ocean in the town of Kona. It was pretty slow on a mid-afternoon in the middle of the week, so we were talking to one of the bartenders that had lived in Hawaii all his life, and was actually part native Hawaiian himself. We mentioned that traditional luau's seemed pretty expensive, but he told us that a friend of his was a manager for one of the companies in Kona that did luau's, and that he could probably get us a cheap last-minute ticket, because they probably wouldn't be full that evening anyway. He made a phone call, and sure enough, he got us reservations. We went there a couple hours later, paid about half price for it, and thoroughly enjoyed the food and the show. I love grass skirts. In 2004, we went on a tour to Switzerland. We spent a lot of time in the Alps, and it was absolutely gorgeous there. We took a cable train to the top of a mountain near the famous Matterhorn in the town of Zermatt. At elevations of over 10,000 feet, many of the older people on the tour couldn't make the trip because of their diminished lung capacity or whatever. There was an observatory and a little restaurant at the top of the mountain. When we got off the train, a mountain goat greeted us. The staff there would give it food and water, so it was kind of their pet, since I don't think it would normally live quite that high on the mountain. I took some pictures with it, actually. It was all part of the mountain atmosphere, and I guess the goat was kind of their mascot in a way. Meh. In 2005, we visited Germany and Austria. When we got to Vienna, it was unseasonably hot outside. I had reserved a hotel that, according to the website, was 3 stars out of 4. I knew that it was possible that they didn't have air conditioning, but I was very unpleasantly surprised that there weren't even any vents in the rooms to bring in the cooler air at night, just partially opening windows. I didn't find this even remotely acceptable, so I called the website, got reservations for another hotel, and left. The snotty front desk people tried to tell me that I would be on the hook for the full 2 nights, but I angrily told them, mostly in German, that I would only end up paying a night and the website would refund me the rest. For the record, I was right and I was later refunded for the second night. 999! In 2008, we went to San Francisco. We were walking in Chinatown and checking out Chinese restaurants. We saw one that looked promising as soon as we walked in. It was packed and we were the only Caucasians in the place, so I took that as a good sign. It was a dim sum restaurant, and so the servers were bringing us various small plates of morsels that were all quite good. Then a waitress came up and offered us boiled chicken feet. A manager noticed this, swooped in and said, No, they don't want that. My wife actually decided that she did in fact want that, and so we got some. I took a small bite and thought they tasted horrible, but she ate the rest of them. There's no accounting for taste, I guess. In 2009, we went to Eastern Europe. In Hungary, we went to a tourist attraction in Budapest, shortly before we left for another city. As we walked to the overlook, there were some well-dressed, middle-aged men playing some sort of card game or shell game or something on the side of the path. One guy was running the game and he seemed to be losing his shirt, handing out 100-euro notes quite often to the other players. One of the guys in our group took notice of this and wanted to see if he could play with his leftover Hungarian currency. Our tour guide said, No, don't do it, they are gypsies. Our tour guide was Romanian, and he heard the men speaking Romanian to each other. They were all in on it, trying to lure in unsuspecting tourists by pretending to win until a real player came over. Well played, comrade. So who should I tag? Well, I already told the Peach that I was going to tag her, and she probably won't do it, but it's worth a shot. Angie Antitheist is 2 because I could watch her talk all day, and 3 is Tommy from the Bronx. I'm gonna work on my imitation, Tommy, okay? Make your guess about which is the lie in the comments, and I'll reveal it soon. Virtual cake to the winner!